Biafra, superstars, media.
Anarchy loans. Where? In Nigeria. Anarchy loans. Where? In Nigeria. Anarchy loans. Where? In Nigeria.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're hearing my voice from. And I'm happy to, have opportunity to interact with my people again. Hope you guys are doing great. How you doing? Hope you're all well, coping with, the vicissitudes of life, the ups and downs of life, wherever you are. As Biafrans and as fellow freedom lovers, please just get adjusted, get acquainted, and feel free, to advance your whatever opportunities you find yourself in, whatever situations you find yourself in. You're welcome. It's a brand new month. It's the month of November. Yes. Briefly, I want to talk about a trending, video and audio that's making the rounds now. Yes. This is none other than the Yoruba cultural group, the Afenifere, the Yoruba, group itself. They have come out, en masse and very vigorously and vivaciously declared that they will never support Tinubu's outrageous appointments of the Yorubas. Yes, the Afenifere came out, with a full declaration, very, very unhappy and sad declaration that haven't considered the kind of appointments our son, our dear brother is making today. We will never, never support the outrageous appointments this so-called Emilokon is doing in Nigeria now. Afenifere said, yes, we are Yoruba group. Yes, it's our brothers is appointing. But hey, this does not augur well. It doesn't augur well at all. What is his motive? The motive certainly is not altruistic. The motive certainly is not in consonance with federal character. That is Nigeria's, mantra for socio-political existence. Afenifere came out boldly, clearly, disassociating itself from what he called this Emilokon agenda, where it seems it is strictly a Yoruba thing, it is a tribal thing, it is primordial, it is outrageous, and it is inimical to the well-being of Nigeria. That's what the Afenifere are saying. That's what the Yoruba Pan cultural group are saying. They have said it loud and clear. They have told the whole world. They have made it go viral. They have made it go international. That no, we will not be party to this. We are not happy with the kind of, uh, you know, this kind of appointments. Even the former government of PMB, President Mohamed Buhari, was not as clueless, as brazen as this. Was not so tribal, as this. So the nepotism is very glaring. They said Nigeria is at the brinks of regional separation, brinks of redivision with secessionist agendas, and what this so-called man is doing, BAT, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, president, is further fueling the embers of the division of this country. Afenifere said they will not be part and parcel of it. Take your appointment elsewhere. Don't put the Yorubas on the hook. Don't put us on the spotlight. Don't tie us to the firing squad. That's what you're doing when you continue to put our sons and daughters in prominent positions in a country that's supposed to be there to observe federal characterism. That's Afenifere for you. And so, ladies and gentlemen, freedom lovers, we are going to dwell briefly on this. Let us know why this social pan-Yoruba group, this social political group of the Yorubas are vigorously opposed and not happy, at all with what President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing. Everywhere, filling every position, closing every position, and putting the Yorubas at the forefront of every position that is, worthwhile in this country, to the detriment of other regions. They said, no, we will not accept this. We don't want this. We don't want the world to see us as people like this. We don't want to be seen as tribal people, as people who don't have, fellow feeling with others. In fact, the group were very pained. They said, look at a government that has been described as not only hard, not only difficult, but a government that has been seen as clueless, as chasing anti-people agendas, as not lacking in a humanitarian touch, as killing the people, as fostering poverty and hardship on the people, and now it wants to add to it. It wants to add nepotism, tribalism, and Yorubaness in its government. They said this is not the spirit of Afenifere. This is not the Yoruba agenda. This is not what the Pan-Yoruba social-cultural group will ever accede to or support. We distance ourselves from it. So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, this came up very rudely yesterday. I mean, the Pan Yoruba social cultural group Afenifere, has distanced itself from what it described as President Bola Tinubu's bias for the Yoruba in federal appointments. The group insisted that they do not support Tinubu for appointing Yorubas as head of all arms of the criminal justice system and other sectors. Afenifere shared its reservations in a statement by its leader and the National Publicity Secretary, Ayo Adebanjo, and Justice Faleye, respectively, in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital on Friday. Yes, on Friday, yesterday. They insisted that the development threatened the age-long inter-ethnic relationships and peaceful coexistence in Nigeria. The statement partly read, we can never condone the outrageous bias by Tinubu to make Yorubas head of all arms of the criminal justice system, EFCC, DSS, Attorney General, and Chief Justice, the economy, coordinating minister of the economy, the CBN, finance, blue economy, digital economy, trade, industries and investment, bank of industry, solid minerals, as well as the forces, army, police, customs, immigration, DSS, and even the navy. Even the navy. Yeah. Yeah, so they were very clear. Afenifere said they can't use several decades of fight against Fulani hegemony only to support Yoruba or any other hegemony. Yes, the Afenifere were very clear that uh, Afenifere cannot use several decades of fight against Fulani hegemony only to support Yoruba or any other hegemony. Afenifere bitterly complained that President Buhari's northern hegemony can't remain mute on ethnic hegemony as being perpetrated by Tinubu. Buhari was accused of bias for the north and with three regions, not to talk of Tinubu bias, not for the south, but a strange ethnicity and single region. Our progenitor, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, once threatened to curse anyone that tied Afenifere to Yoruba only, they declared. The group explained that it adheres to clear-cut principles of being, social democrats and would not support autocratic leaders. By the virtue of our name, Afenifere, meaning, those that want good for all humans, and as consolable, as Omoluabi of Yorubas, as Omoluabi Yorubas, we won't support any government that engages in democratic practices. Nor would we support a government whose first year, pushed over 40 million people into poverty with anti-people policies. the group declared. President Tinubu is no stranger to Afenifere, but having backed him into power in 1999 and witnessed his 24-year presidency in Lagos, it would have been wicked. It would have been wicked, it would have been wicked to, uh, yes, they said it would be wicked, completely wicked if, you know, they allow, uh, and it would not just be wicked, it would be morally irresponsible to support him into power as president. Yes, this was why you know, this was why the true Afenifere supported P2B and was in charge of his presidential campaign headed by Akin Oshutokun and Afenifere chieftain, the statement added. So, ladies and gentlemen, here you have it. The Afenifere, the Yoruba Pan socio-cultural, socio-political group, has come out blatantly, not only to condemn, but equally to declare that it would never support, the Yoruba appointment agenda of this Emilio Con presidency. The man who said, "I'll hit the ground running," the man who said, "I'm going to make Nigeria, one of the best countries in the world," the man who claimed, "Yes, I've seen where President Muhammad Buhari stopped. I'm going to take it to another level. I will top the notch. I will top the notch." And today, here we are. Here we are, Nigeria. Here we are. This is what we have seen. We were thinking, that it's going to be a blessing galore for Nigeria. It's going to be a unique one, that everything would have been achievement upon achievements. We are thought we are headed somewhere. But here we are. Here we are in Nigeria, in this dungeon called Nigeria, with the highest level of, misrule, with the highest level of hardship and difficulty foisted on the people, with the glaring, highly flagrant appointments of kit and kin of the president in all sectors of the economy, including the total justice system of this country. I mean, what hope do we have in other regions? What hope do we have, for the average common man? What hope does the common man have when the judiciary, the executive, the legislature, all of them are under the hegemony of the Yorubas? It's a very sad one. It's a shameful one. That means, of course, when the president tells you, the president of the dungeon called Nigeria, when he tells you, this man who is in charge of the zoo called Nigeria, when he tells you, you can go to court if you don't like my policies, you can go to court if you don't like anything I do, you can go to court if you don't like my administration. Of course, we can all see where it is tailored to us. We can see now that he has an agenda, and the agenda is at any point in time, any resort you want to go to, is it any criminal system in the country, any justice system in the country, any legislative system in the country, anywhere you want to go, you are going to meet his acolytes, you are going to meet his kit and king, you are going to meet his brothers who are waiting to declare you DOA, dead on arrival, if you bring any matter pertaining to this government to them. Yes, we're happy. The other day it was the Northern Progressives Forum, Northern People's Forum, that came out and vigorously articulated the wickedness of this government, the wickedness on clear cluelessness of this government, and the sensitivity of this government to the plight of the people. Every region seems to be echoing what the Biafrans have ever known, what the Southeast have ever known, what people in Biafra have ever knew right from onset, that yes, President Tinubu coming into power does not augur well, does not mean well, is not in any way going to benefit the average Nigerian, going to benefit the common masses, because this is a man who, even before the election, he had declared himself a winner. It is my turn. It is my turn. He boasted. He didn't. He was not abashed about it. He was not bashful about it. There was nothing to be ashamed about. He said it openly. It is my turn. I've paid my dues. I have inaugurated leaders. I have engendered leaders. I have appointed leaders. I have grown leaders. I've grown leaders. Now it's my turn to be at the helm of affairs. It's my turn. Excuse me. It's my turn to superintend over this country called Nigeria, whether you like it or not. Willy-nilly, it is my turn. And guess what? Guess what? If you don't like it, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't like it, go to court. And it has become, that has been his mantra since he started. That has been the negative mantra he foisted on this country. Go to court. And of course, we are all living witnesses what the courts are doing. We have seen how the Supreme Court continues to churn out judgment upon judgment, declarations upon declarations that have continued, to bemuse, yes, not just bemuse, to frighten, to escalate the political tensions in this country. I mean, for the first time, it has never been this bad. Judiciary that used to be the hope of the common man, the judiciary that was the poor man's final arbiter, that was the poor man's arbiter, that was the hope of the common man, had turned into a nightmare. The judiciary had become a nightmare because all of a sudden the president and any person who is close to the president, now has access, unfettered access, unrestricted access, unfettered access to whoever is a judge, whoever is a Supreme Court judge, whoever is an appeal court judge. At any point in time, they tell the judges what they want, they tell them what verdict to give, they tell them what judgments to make, even when it is glaring, even when it's clear that such judgments do not meet, current realities, does not mean well for the people, and will cause so much chaos and anarchy, poverty and deprivation for the people. They go ahead and churn out these judgments because, of course, their leader, the man, the head of the jungle, the Napoleon, the empire, has told them, if you don't like what I do, if you don't like my administration, if you don't like my way of life, if you don't agree with what I agree on, go to court. Let's meet in court. That has been the mantra. And so, unfortunately, even in recent times, just a few days ago, we all witnessed how the monster called the Supreme Court and one of the judges, the one that goes by the name of Joyce Abdul Malik. I wonder where such names are concocted from. Is it from the pit of hell? Is it from a pit of hell? How can a judge arise from the hallowed chambers of the court? Hallowed chambers of the Supreme Court, hallowed chambers, and churn out such brazenly wicked, such nefarious, such ugly, such anti-people judgments. A judge in the name of Joyce Abdul Malik stood up and told the people of Rivers State, told them to their face, told them to their chagrin, from henceforth, the CBN is hereby directed never to allow the Rivers State government or its acronies or its allies or its agents any access to the federal allocations. Just because this so-called Justice Joyce Abdul Malik is hobnobbing with none other than the FCT minister, who is a lawyer too, and whose wife is a judge. I mean, for crying out loud, we can see the extent the zoo has diminished in stature. When somebody said Nigeria's life expectation cannot be more than 10 years, a lot of people were saying, how can that be? How can that be? But bro, sis, with what we're seeing, with the kind of judgments this judiciary is giving, judges of such high esteem, Supreme Court, Appellate Court, with the kind of judgments that they are churning out today, I think life expectancy should be far below 10 years. We are living in the jungle. I mean, when Nnamdi Kanu called this country a jungle, called it a zoo, we thought he was, he was not really in tandem with what was happening then. But it's obvious now, clearly, very obvious, that yes, and truly yes, we are really in trouble. I mean, this country, Nigeria, called Nigeria, that was amalgamated in 1914. This country that got its independence, 1960, 1st October. Amen. This country that were nationalists, about Macaulay, Nnamdi Azikiwe, Tifobofumla Wolowo, a whole lot of people, Adoro Gusaya, fought Mike Naharo, all these people fought for the independence of this nation, believing that the future was bright, believing that the future will be better. We never knew. We never knew that times like this would come when our so-called leadership, those who have garnered so much wealth, monumental wealth, through corruption, nepotism, and slazing the national economy. People who kleptomanism and corruption has become the order of their lives. These are people who are now, because of enormous money in their control, because of the enormous more wealth that they control, they are holding the country by the jugular, gripping it by the throat, making sure Nigerians cannot breathe. We can't breathe. We can't breathe. We can't breathe. That appears to be what Nigerians are daily crying for. We can't breathe. Let us breathe. I can't breathe. Just like Floyd. Floyd, way back in America, the man who I can't breathe, who made I can't breathe. I can't breathe. The slogan that has gone viral all over the world. I can't breathe. Floyd, may his soul rest in peace. I think whoever is interested in this country called Nigeria should know that Nigerians cannot breathe anymore. We can't breathe because the judiciary system has been totally emasculated. What we have are shenanigans as judges, both at the Supreme Court, both at the appellate court, both in the customary court, everywhere you go. These are judgments coming from seasoned lawyers, all because they have soiled their hands, all because self-aggrandizement has happened, all because corruption and the powers that be that continue to look the other way while these wicked judgments are given, is constant and continuous in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a big shame really. And I'm happy today that the Yoruba social political group has come out. The Afenifere has come out and said, look, we're not interested. Don't think you're bribing us. Don't think you're giving us emotional blackmail. Don't think because of this we are going to love you. No. We remember what you did in Lagos, back to back as governor, 2 times governor of Lagos State. You made sure Lagos was on a standstill. You made sure everything Lagos, became synonymous with Bola Tinubu. You took our monies, you took our lands, you took everything about us. Everything, registration of cars, everything, market, sales and markets, everything became only Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu became the CBN of Lagos, became the Bank of Lagos, became the Auditor of Lagos, became the Chartered Accountant of Lagos, became everything that was Lagos. And they said, no, this man with this kind of antecedents, this man whose grab mentality has, been unrivaled since the creation of Nigeria's independence, since the declaration of Nigeria as a sovereign country, that this man, his grab mentality, is not going to help us. Let us not give him a second chance. They said, no, we will not give you the presidency. Instead, against all odds, defying all sense of regionalism. Yes, all sense of regionalism. Tribalism, they said no. Nepotism, they said no. We're going to support a progressive. We are giving it to the man from Southeast. We are giving it to Peter Obi. And so Afenifere rallied around Peter Obi and his campaign director, Ashitoko. And they made sure Peter Obi, traversed the whole Yoruba land, traversed the whole Southwest, and got all the Gangantuan votes there. The whole votes were for Peter Obi. Even in Osun State, where this so-called Emilokan propagator is from, Peter Obi garnered everything. Yes, of course, but all is history now because we know what happened. We knew that with government magic. We knew because of the INEC special arrangement where numbers began to tumble, where arithmetic projections, started to magnify themselves. And we have, from nowhere, Labour votes became APC votes. We all know what happened. I mean, we are live. The elections of February 2023. Even a child that was born then knew that Nigeria had been ripped. Nigeria had been robbed. I mean, a copy A clone has been foisted on this country in the name of the man who said Emilokan. And as if it wasn't enough, upon his inauguration as a president, as the so-called person who won, what he told Nigerians as a thank you, was that yes, I know you didn't vote for me. Yes, I knew you didn't think I was gonna be here. Yes, today I'm being inaugurated, as the president of this country. Yes, take it or leave it. I'm gonna start every other thing I'm doing by first of all declaring here and now that subsidy is gone. Subsidy is gone. Fuel subsidy is gone. Brace up. We are going to face reality. Brace up. You're going to go hungry from now on. Brace up. You thought you saw it all under President Muhammad Buhari. Brace up. You've not seen it at all. My little finger is bigger than the 10 fingers of that man you call PMB, President Muhammad Buhari. You ain't seen nothing yet, Nigerians. You don't know who I am. You ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing. He was pumping his chest, thumping his chest really, and saying, Nigerians, brace up. We are going to be in this, and I'm going to make sure. I'll make sure before I'm done with you. Maybe you will not be walking again. Maybe you will not be crawling. And that's what he has done to Nigerians. Hunger and lack, poverty and hardship have made people crawl, have made people die, have made people live in kwashoko. A lot of people cannot eat anymore. Some cannot feed. Some cannot live in homes. So where will you get money to pay your rent? The so-called minimum wage today, tomorrow, all a sham. All a sham and in shambles. What can the minimum wage buy for you? Even in the states, I've said some of them who said they were even going to pay the so-called 75,000. What is it going to do for you? Today, some pay. Tomorrow, they deduct monies from your income. So it's like 10 steps forward, 15 steps backwards. They're robbing Peter to pay Paul. Is that how it is? This is a government of the highest level of insensitivity. Anti-people government. Yes, these people have said it. The Afenifere has said it. It wasn't the Northern Progressive Forum. It wasn't the Arewa Consultative Forum. It wasn't the IPOB. It wasn't the MASOB. It wasn't the Igbo people who are saying this. It's not the Ohanese. His own, his bone, his kit and kin. The Yoruba, pan-Yoruba socio-political group, the Afenifere have come out to say, hey, Nigerians, we know what this guy is doing. He's trying to bring in Yorubas from all corners so that we will support him. We will never be party to this. Guess what? We'll never be party to this. We don't trust this man. We've never liked him. We knew he was not the Messiah we expected. And that was why we voted vigorously for P2P. Unfortunately, that election was manipulated, killed, tried by the so-called Professor Mahmoud INEC. And they have told him here, you can't deceive us. All these appointments you're making, put all the Yorubas everywhere. You can't deceive us. It will not make us love you. We will never love you. You are an aberration of a leader. You are a misnomer. You are a curse to a democratic process. We don't want you and we'll never want you. We'll never stand by you. If you like tomorrow, go to court. Tell us to go to court. We know what your antecedents are in the court. You know. So, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from the horse's mouth. It's unfortunate. Yes, really unfortunate that we thought redemption was coming. We thought, this man with the hashtag bad governance protest, with the hashtag fearless in October protest, we thought Nigerians would heave a sigh of relief. We thought soccer was coming for Nigerians. We thought the much needed, panacea and palliative for the hardship in the country would come. Little did we know that we are jumping from frying pan to fire. Yes, that's what it is. Because this gentleman, this so-called Emilokon, has made the judiciary completely out of sync with the generality of the people. Even a madman in the market, now even a mad woman, even a deaf and dumb. When you mention judges, when you mention Supreme Court judges, when you mention anything about the judiciary, they look at you and they shake their heads. They shake their heads. They shake their heads in shame, in disgrace, in disbelief that what should have been the final arbiter of the masses. What should have been the poor man's last resort? What should have been the final hope of Nigerians have been truncated to serve only the rich and mighty. How could Justice Joyce Abdul Malik of the Supreme Court have given such a judgment against Rivers State, knowing fully well that civil servants abide in Rivers State, knowing fully well that pensioners, the old, the aged, abide in Rivers State, knowing fully well that students and pupils and their parents who have to go to school live in Rivers State, knowing fully well that every one kobo that comes into Rivers State is for the well-being of the poorly malnourished, deeply, deeply, deeply hot uh, citizens of River State. They allow the tussle between the so-called godfather, the man who is in charge of the FCT, drunken, boastful, corrupt politician of the highest order, who speaks without thinking. He hurts me. He hurts me as a lawyer. He hurts me as a lawyer, and yet is foistering this level of wickedness on his people. This is a man whose wife is a judge. He made sure the first thing he did was to make the wife a judge, a court judge, a judge. And today, the judiciary is suffering. Today, the masses are suffering. Today, all kinds of judgments are emanating, from 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 the Supreme Court, from the Appeal Court, and from every manner of court, because he has insiders, because he has enough budget, because he has enough wallet, because he knows his boss, the Emilio Command, is right behind him. And so they think they can tickle, they can play, they can shake the foundations of even a state like River State. It's a shame. It's a shame. And well, the only thing we'll tell these people, the only thing we'll tell them today, Afenifere has spoken, the Yoruba socio-political organization has spoken, the Northern Progressive Union has spoken, the Arewa Consultative Forum has spoken, the Ohanese Ndibo has spoken. Everybody is speaking and telling them, Emilio Kon, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, please, please be mindful of history, because history will vindicate the just. But history equally, equally, equally will deal decisively with the wicked. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time, and the cock will come back to roost. It's a matter of time, and we will see the breeze blow, and we'll see, what entrails or what the cock or hen has at the end of his tail. It's a sad one. It's a reality. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his FCT minister and all that represent the infamy, the wicked, the unjust, and the brutality in this administration. A day of reckoning is coming. A day of reckoning is coming. If you like, make even all the pastors, make even all the teachers, make even all the local government chairmen, all from your locality, all from your village. A day of reckoning is coming. Cure Iduu. That's where we are. That's where we are. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're thankful. We're now counting in days to 2nd December 2024, when our, ebullient, intelligent, sagacious, indefatigable, and highly assiduous Simon Ekpa Joko, our Prime Minister, His Excellency, will declare forth the United States of Biafra. That's where we're looking up to. Nothing can deceive us to think anything good or to believe anything good coming from this dungeon, this contraption they call Nigeria. Nothing can nothing can deceive us. Yes, even in recent times, even just a few days ago, he has appointed our own, yeah, the beautiful, yes, the beautiful, our own, the wife of our, esteemed, national leader, the man whose name is synonymous with the Biafran struggle, late Dimodumu Ojukwu. He has appointed her as Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, with the hope that he can use that to hoodwink the Biafrans, the Igbos and all freedom lovers to think that yes, so as far as Ojukwu is mentioned, that she has capitulated. Ojukwu has capitulated to Nigeria. Yeah, but then they're highly mistaken, because we have seen through that charade. We have seen through that misnomer. We have seen that as one of those ploys to deceive, to befuddle, and to deceive the Igbo man. We are not ignorant of their devices. Unfortunately, we have told our sister, we have told our widow, the widow of our patriarch, we have told Bianca Ojukwu to beware that all that glitters is not gold. Beware, watch for it, watch where you move, watch where you step on, because all around you are scorpions, all around you are gators, alligators, crocodiles, waiting at the slightest opportunity to grab at your feet. Watch it. Yes, watch it. Yusuf Tuga, the foreign affairs minister, watch him. Your boss, your immediate boss, watch him. Watch all these people who comes, with sheep's voice, but deep down they are wolves waiting to devour. It will never be a portion. It will never be a portion in Biafra, through Christ our Lord. Let us look forward to 2nd December 2024, when the Biafra Republic, United States of Biafra, fully inaugurated, and then we shall say bye-bye to all this rubbish, bye-bye to misadministration, bye-bye to maladministration, bye-bye to Emilioconism, bye-bye to tribalism, bye-bye to kit and kin administration, bye-bye to those who say they have city ministers, who will not allow governors in their state to thrive, bye-bye to wicked judges, Supreme Court judges who have sold their souls to the devil, bye-bye to wicked government, clueless, insensitive, totally, anti-people government. By the grace of God, we're looking forward to 2nd December 2024. God bless you all. Look forward to communicating with you soon. Bye for now.
Yeah, check me out. Superstars Media. Lord Logan, but let me turn Lord Logan, and it's why Flora show 1914 amalgamation is what we dying for. 3 nations to 1 nation, ever since annihilation. Nepotism is nonsense. You and you, clap your hands. Biafra gonna come, clap your hands. Biafra, Oduduwa, we're free now. Freedom is gonna come, we're free now. Yeah.